Hi guys, I'm back. Oh my god, it's been so crazy. It's weird. Like, I wanted to come and say hi to you guys because I've been gone for so long, and I've been busy, like, with my journey, you know, and doing what I have to do. So I decided to come talk to you guys for a hot second. It's strange because I think the last time I did a video in here was maybe a year ago, maybe. I think I was in Cali, and I forget what I was talking. I may have been talking about probably my journey, to be honest. That's pretty much what I talk about on here, but it's been a minute. So I decided to come in and show some love to my channel and show you guys some love, whoever could see my videos, because I know I've been blocked, or like for a reason, you know, but no one really sees my videos, so it's whatever. I still do them because I love them. It's a passion to me. So I've actually just been working on myself and doing what I have to do for myself. It's been a freaking journey and a half, but I'm still alive, and so that's all that matters. I'm not in Cali anymore. I think the last video I did, I was in Cali. If I wasn't in Cali, I may have been in Texas. But I literally had to let everything play out the way it did, you know, because I didn't know what the freak was going on. There's just a lot too much going on, you know, so I didn't know what the heck was going on. So I had to let it play out the way it did. And that meant me going MIA for a little bit so I could figure it out. You know, we all go through things, but I kind of had to let everything catch up the way that I was supposed to, so that way it can make more sense to me versus me just going off of whatever. So I'm back now. I just wanted to wish you guys a good Thursday. Dude, I've learned a lot, dude. Even from like the last time I even posted on here. It's so crazy. It's like I never quit evolve. I never, you know, my evolving never ends, and so it just keeps going. My journey, you know, so it's weird, like how much I've actually accomplished and found out, you know, regarding my journey. You know, it's crazy. But I had to take a little break, to be honest, so I could figure out my life, because I go through my own trials and tribulations, just like we all have. You know, we're all working on ourselves, you know, the best way that we can. So that's what I've been up to too. It's just been a crazy journey, you know, for all of us, to be honest. So I'm just trying to stay in the game. Yeah, at least I'm still alive. I was thinking about my journey the other day. I was like, it's so crazy, because now I think about it, it's weird, because I used to always dream about Tupac, right? Like, I dreamt about Tupac, and I think it was 2024 it started, or the end of 2023. And I think he was like at this table, right? And he was just asking me. I was at this table and we're sitting across from each other, and he was like smiling at me all big, and he was like, you're gonna remember me when you get this money, right? And I was like, what? Tupac? Like, in my dream I knew it was freaking Tupac, because I used to watch Poetic Justice all the time, and Juice, and I thought he's hilarious, like he's a good actor, right? And so I was like, this is really Tupac. I thought he was deceased. And so in my dream I was like, yeah, I'll put money in your books. I was all happy, like, this is really Tupac. And he was in jail though, and he's sitting across the table from me, and I remember being confused in my dream because I thought he was deceased, right? And so I was like, I thought you were deceased. Like, what the heck? When I woke up, I was like, why did I just dream about Tupac? He's supposed to be deceased. And why is he asking me if I was going to put, why is he asking me to put money on his books when I get this money? Like, he knows I was going to come into some money or something. And so when I woke up, I was like, what if Tupac is still alive and he's just in jail, man? And then I started getting excited, and then I don't know what happened after that. But it's weird because when I was thinking about my journey the other night, I was reflecting on my journey, and I started thinking about that. I was like, that's weird, because in the beginning of my journey, if you guys have been following me, when I first left this place, actually, I was in Colorado when it started. I went to Vegas. That was the first place that we stopped, was on the Strip, and I got a room, me and the twins, and I always go back to the Strip because of the pyramid, you know, and not knowing that's where Tupac actually got shot back in '96. I've been there so many times, like 3 times maybe. I always go back there at least once a year because of the pyramid, and I always go back because that was literally like where my journey began, because I'll say, because that was the first checkpoint. Because I'll say that because, like, that's where we first stopped when we first left Colorado. When we got to Vegas is where we stopped, and I got a room on the Strip, and where the pyramid is. And then we had like the weird, it's weird because that night when we got to Vegas in 2020, maybe a couple days later, I took the twins on the Strip and we went walking because they wanted to go on a walk on the Strip to see the pyramid. So we went to go walking, and I took a video of them, and I watched a video like a month later, and it's weird. So the video is like showing us walking on the Strip, and like my son goes like, I gotta pee or whatever, and he's like, I could pee in the bush, and I was like, no. And then like all of a sudden the whole video just slows down by itself. I didn't do it. It goes into slow motion, and then you could hear this thing in the background like growling at us, and it sounded so freaking ancient, dude. We're like, I was listening to it, I was like, what the heck is that? So the video slows down, and like it shows us walking in slow motion all of a sudden, and there's this thing growling at us, and it sounded so ancient, like on the Strip, as the video is going super slow, and it's like growling, and it's so weird. I still have it. I posted it actually. And then right after that, the video speeds up at the end like nothing happened, and it was the end. I was like, what the heck was that? But it happened on the Strip, so there's some type of connection with that, you know. I don't know what that was, but it's ancient. That's what I do know. And it was on the Strip, so I don't know what happened on the Strip the night of 9 to 6, but it's crazy because it's growling at us. Not even knowing that's where Tupac passed away at, you know. It's weird. And why did I dream about Tupac being in jail? Asked me if I was gonna put money on his freaking books. Like, are you still alive? I thought you was deceased. You know, it's weird. But that's what I've pretty much been doing, is reflecting on my journey and doing the best I can do for me during all these dark times. because it's a really dark time right now. Really dark. With all these truths coming out and like just the world in general. So like, but it's gonna get better, I believe. It's gonna be better eventually. You know, the more that we do what we gotta do. That's why, like, no matter how much truths come out that are hurtful, you know, I try to like focus on my higher self and my goals and like things that will actually bring more light into my life instead of darkness, so that way I can continue to move forward instead of being stuck with guilt, or just not even guilt, but like with the heaviness of everything else that's going on around me with other people or just in the world in general, you know. It's because it's crazy stuff going on right now. I'm just like, what the heck? So I try my best to do what I can do for myself, to stay high vibing the best way I can, the best way possible. Because in the end, if you're like that, you know, well, I've learned through my journey, the more that I'm like that, the better outcomes, the better the outcome in the end. But it has been a journey. I'm not gonna lie about that one. It's been a crazy journey, a really crazy journey. And it's like, I know so much more now than what I knew back then. It's freaking crazy. Like, what? I would have never known this if I didn't lose my fare back in 2020 and leave my ex. You know, I would have probably still been stuck, like, sitting on the couch like, hey, let's watch Beyonce. Yay, homecoming. Woo, yeah. You can't stand her, man. But I would have been in the same spot if I didn't like take that chance on myself and lose my fare and keep it pushing, you know. So now I'm in a better spot than I was back in 2020. So I'm proud of myself. I don't really have any regrets. If I would do it, if I was able to do it all over again, I would just use my tools a little bit more effectively as far as staying high vibing and keeping the negative forces off of me. But in the end, it was all worth it, you know. In the end, even though it was freaking like walking through fire or hell, literally. That's why when I heard that thing growling on a video back in 2020, I was like, oh, something's really off. Something's really going on. I know I'm not tripping out, because like, what the heck was that? And it was like growling at us. And I was just like, what? Not knowing, like, that's the same place that Tupac had passed away back in '96. And just to dream about him asking me to hold him down while he's in prison or in jail, it's just like, what the heck? Dude, is he really alive still? And we just think that he's passed away, but he's really in jail, you know? What the heck is really going on? And then all this stuff is coming out now regarding his death, and it's just weird to me. I don't know. It's strange because I thought my ex's eyebrows were like similar to his. And so that's when I was like, I got creeped out a while ago about that. I was just like, this is weird, but like, why do I have like a reference or like, it's something about Tupac. I don't know what it is. You know, I'm not saying it's my ex or anything. I'm just saying, like, his eyebrows. I was like, what? But I'm just saying, like, with the dreams and stuff, I do dream about celebrities a lot. So maybe that's what it is. But I don't know. There's a lot of stuff coming out right now regarding his death, which is like, it's crazy now. But in my dream, he was still freaking alive, man. He just needed me to put money in his books. It's like, are you, I thought you was deceased. You alive this whole time? Never forget it, but I wanted to show my channel some love today because it's been a long time. I've been going through my own trials and tribulations, trying to figure out my life and how I'm going to proceed moving forward, you know, after everything, more things have revealed itself to me, you know. It's strange though to me because if you guys have been following me, my journey it pretty much began in 2020, right? But I started my videos for YouTube in 2021. It was around this time, to be honest with you guys, because I remember my first video was about leaving toxic relationships. And then I remember it was Valentine's Day, or it was like the day before Valentine's Day or something like that. And I was talking about leaving abusive relationships because I had just left my ex and stuff. Well, I had left him. It was pretty fresh though. But so I was talking about that on there on my first video. It's so weird. I haven't done any videos on here for a while, for like a year. And it's weird. I was doing the video today. I was like, that's weird because it's kind of like around the same time when I first started my videos back in 2021, February of 2021 to be exact. So it's around the same time. Because Valentine's Day is right around the corner. I'm still single, by the way. Any updates? Yes, I'm still single, but that's totally fine with me. Because I'm in love with myself, to be honest with you. I'll be straight chilling. I'll be so happy because I can do what I want to do. I don't have to answer to anyone. You know, I love being single. And like, it's funny because in 2021, I was like, it's okay to be single on Valentine's Day. If you guys don't have a Valentine, it's okay. Just love on yourself. At least you're not stuck in a relationship that's harming you or that you're not satisfied with, you know, on Valentine's Day. At least you can be by yourself and make yourself happy. That's what I was talking about in my first video. So today I'm like, yeah, I'm still single, but I love it. I've accomplished so much by myself ever since I left. So it has done nothing but bring me joy, you know. And I've actually evolved a lot, to be honest, from being single. So I was actually glad that I took time out for myself to be alone instead of hopping in new relationships. You know, I have crushes, of course. I've had crushes, but as far as wanting to be in a relationship and actually being in one, I focused on myself more. So that way I could do it the right way and attract the right person to me instead of the wrong individuals that I keep attracting. I was like, I have to do this a different way because I'm not about to be in another relationship like I was with my ex. I'm gonna be in a totally different type of relationship this time. I'm not doing that again. It's not worth my time or my energy. But it's kind of strange to me how it's around the same time and I'm back in Colorado. I've been in different states, but it's weird. I'm here around the same time that it all began. as far as my videos go, but it's kind of strange. But I'm still single and I freaking love it, and I just love myself, and I think the more I work on myself, the better it'll be, you know, and it has been. So, you know, the more that I love myself, I don't even feel alone. I feel happy as crap, dude. If anything, I'm picking out the one person I actually want to be with. Can nobody choose me? I'm gonna choose who I want to be with. I'll choose myself, you know, because I ain't about to do what I did before. It's time to move on. So I hope everybody have a great rest of your day. If I don't come on before Valentine's Day, hopefully everybody have a great Valentine's Day. If you're single, enjoy it. I enjoyed the crap out of my single days, dude. I got so much accomplished. My body is totally different from when I started too, and for the best. Everything's different. It's like a totally new world. I would never have experienced this if I didn't leave back in 2020, if I stayed fearful. That's why it's important to lose your fear, because it does nothing for you but stunt your growth. Well, that's what I learned through my journey, and that's what I've been talking about this whole time, pretty much during my journey. If I was in fear, you know, and if I stayed in fear back then, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. So that's why it's good to lose your fear and just know, like, have faith that you could do what you need to do, regardless of the situation. It's all about your mindset, to be honest. If you feel like you can't do it, you're not going to do it because you're being fearful of doing it because you feel like you can't. But if you be more optimistic and think differently in a more optimistic way, then majority of the times it'll work out better because of your mindset. If you're more fearful, the more fearful outcomes will be, right? The more optimistic you are, the more positive the outcomes will be, even if it's dark around you, or even if you're in a dark situation or stressful situation. It's better to approach it in a more courageous way than fearful, because if you approach it in a more courageous way, you know, the less harsh of an impact it would be. But if you approach it in a fearful way, it just makes it more crazier to me. So, and it just makes it more crazy, you know, on top of what you already feared. So that's what I've learned. But I hope everybody have a great Thursday. I'll probably be on later this week or next week. I don't know. I love you guys. Hope you have a good day. Talk to you later. Bye.